New evidence of Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross's business links to Russia. We told you that the Paradise Papers that just came out today show that Secretary Ross has a major stake in a shipping company, a company that does a lot of business with a Russian customer that has direct ties to the Kremlin. So we spoke to a man who has been a frequent critic of President Trump. He's vice chairman of an ethics group that is suing the president himself for alleged violations of an ethical provision in the Constitution. He also happens to have been the chief ethics advisor for President George W. Bush.
Been a concerted effort to minimize the importance of ethics rules, to try to skirt around ethics rules, and to turn ethics into a political issue instead of people focusing on what is actually required under the ethics rules.
How widespread in the Trump administration are these problems of conflicts of interest?
Well, we already know about the Trump family issues and the Trump organization, and we don't know where they're borrowing their money. We don't know where their foreign government money is coming into the Trump organization. We also have issues with the Kushner family and their business holdings. And now we have issues with respect to Wilbur Ross. So there have been other issues with respect to Betsy DeVos, the education secretary.
So it sounds like this is pretty widespread in this administration.
This is very widespread in this administration.
Secretary Ross, should he have been more open about disclosing his financial interests?
Absolutely. This should have been discussed in front of the Senate when he was confirmed. It should have been discussed at his confirmation hearing. The White House ethics lawyer should have identified this issue, and this should have been disclosed to the United States Senate.
Who dropped the ball here? Was it the Senate for not finding it? Was it the ethics lawyers for not bringing it up to the secretary? Or was it the secretary for not coming forward with it in a clear way?
All three.
That's it, all of the above.
Emphasize that the President of the United States has not set the right example by refusing to divest of his own businesses that create conflicts of interest and wanting to hold on to businesses while he's president. And that is just flat out wrong.
President Trump has said he only wants successful businessmen, and successful businessmen do tend to have complicated financial situations and have interests all over the world.
The Clinton administration did it, the Bush administration did it, the Obama administration did it. Many of the wealthiest people in our country have served in prior administrations without this level of conflicts of interest. President Roosevelt, himself a rich man, just like President Trump, didn't own a Roosevelt Tower in Berlin, another Roosevelt Tower in Frankfurt, and a $300 billion revolving line of credit from Deutsche Bank. All they need to do is sell the assets that create conflicts of interest. It's not that hard. If you have trouble doing it, read a good book like The Art of the Deal.
What message does it send to other countries around the world that this is happening at the very top levels of the U.S. government?
Well, the message is that we're a banana republic. We can easily be bought, and our government can be influenced by foreign governments, by rich oligarchs around the world who are closely tied to foreign governments. This is exactly what the founders feared when they drafted the Constitution.
Richard Painter, White House ethics chief under President George W. Bush. You're watching On Assignment with me, Richard Engel. Stay with us. The president is also headed, and where we've been doing a lot of work lately, we'll have a live show for you from Seoul on Friday night at 9 Eastern. See you then.